Hey, you guys, welcome to day 5 of our March Madness practice questions. If y'all have any questions that you want me to cover, be sure to send them to me or put them in the comments so that I can add them in the rotation for this month. But as always, I like to give a disclaimer before I get started. So for those of you guys who are familiar with me, who have seen my videos, taken any of my courses, utilized any of my resources, hey y'all. For those of you who are new to me, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Dr. Brittany Weinstock. I am a family nurse practitioner and I'm the founder and CEO of the Nursing Studio, and I design and provide resources to assist nurses and nurse practitioners with being successful on boards as well as in practice. But there's no absolutes in medicine, and we treat on a patient by patient basis. And I provide these questions and tools based on the current guidelines that are being tested. So I just like you to keep that in mind when we're going through these. All right, let's get into question number 1. Question number 1 states, a patient presents to the office today with complaints of white vaginal discharge with a strong odor. On exam, the nurse practitioner notes a fishy odor when conducting the whiff test. Clue cells are also documented. While discussing treatment options, the patient mentions that she is allergic to metronidazole. How should the nurse practitioner treat? Is it A, doxycycline, B, flagyl, C, clindamycin, or D, amoxicillin? Take a moment and tell me what you think in the comments. Don't be shy. Tell me what you think. All right, you guys, I always recommend reading the stem of the question first so that you can slow down and ensure you are answering what is being asked of you. So the stem of the question states, how should the nurse practitioner treat? All right, so if we're treating something, we got to go back and see what we're even treating, right? So the patient comes in, they're complaining of white vaginal discharge, they have a strong odor. The nurse practitioner notes a fishy odor on exam when conducting the whiff test. And also, there are clue cells that have been documented. So they're discussing treatment options. The patient mentions that she is allergic to metronidazole. First off, make sure you know your key identifiers. This presentation and description is classic for bacterial vaginosis, right? BV. So how do we treat this? We typically do treat with metronidazole, right? All right. So if they have an allergy to this, what would you do next? Would you do doxycycline? No. Flagyl, make sure you know your med terms, brand and generic, because metronidazole and flagyl are the same thing, right? So you can eliminate B. C, clindamycin, yes. Flagyl and clindamycin are equally those first-line therapy. Flagyl is typically the one that's utilized. It has the oral and intravaginal option, but clindamycin is your second option. So if there's an allergy or an intolerance or some other reason that you cannot go with flagyl, know next you want to go to your clindamycin for treating bacterial vaginosis, okay? All right, let's get into question number 2. It states the patient presents to the office with honey clustered areas to his face. How should the nurse practitioner treat? Is it A, Keflex, B, flagyl, C, clindamycin, or D, augmentin? Tell me what you think in the comments. All right, stem of the question states, how should the nurse practitioner treat? So this patient came into the office. They have honey clustered areas on their face. Again, knowing those key identifiers, this is key and classic description of impetigo, however you say it. I say impetigo. But is it A, Keflex? Yep, we treat um, impetigo with Keflex, right? So A is your best answer. All right, and let's get into question number 3 for today. A patient's vision is 20/60 after completing a visual acuity test with a Snellen chart. The patient is asking, what does this mean? What is the best answer by the nurse practitioner? Is it A, you can see at 60 feet what someone with normal vision can see at 20 feet? Is it B, you can see at 20 feet what someone with normal vision can see at 60 feet? Is it C, you can see 20% in your left eye and 60% in your right? Or D, legally blind? Tell me what you think in the comments. All right. The stem of the question states the patient is asking, what does this mean? What is the best answer by the nurse practitioner? So, what does that mean? 20 over 60, 20 out of 60, 20/60 is your visual. You can hear it stated in multiple ways. But on the Snellen chart, what does that actually mean? Is it A, You can see at 60 feet what someone with normal vision can see at 20 feet. Sounds right, but don't get confused. That's not right. B, you can see at 20 feet what someone with normal vision can see at 60 feet. Okay, that sounds good. Let's hold it. C, you can see 20% in your left eye and 60% in your right. Absolutely not. D, legally blind. No, that is 20/200, right? So the answer is B. You can see at 20 feet what someone with normal vision can see at 60 feet. So let's break that down. And I always tell you, don't let this get you mixed up. When you conduct the Snellen chart exam, we always mark the area. It's always a tape line wherever this test is conducted. When you conduct it on somebody or when you have had it conducted on yourself, that's because it is already marked 20 feet away from the actual chart. So you can see at 20 feet because that's where you are. That's where you're being tested, 20 feet away, right? So it should always be you can see at 20 feet. So this is what you're seeing 20 feet away compared to someone who has completely normal vision, 20/20 vision. If they were 60 feet away, they could see this. So your vision is 20/60, okay? So you can see at 20 feet what someone with normal vision can see at 60 feet. All right, you guys, as always, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share with whomever you may think may find this beneficial as well. But make sure you meet me back here for some more practice questions and check out all of the review videos. There's over 150 of those. But if you need any of our resources, any one-on-one sessions, any of our online courses, self-paced or grouped, or our review book or any of our other tools, be sure to reach the Nursing Studio at 803-400-6864 or shoot us an email at thenursingstudio1 at gmail.com. I look forward to working with y'all. Bye, y'all.